Hello everyone, it's Mardiman641 here. Welcome back to pretty much the final video of Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. We are doing the extra stuff, the bonus content today, and before we begin, I have a few announcements to make. As you saw just now at the beginning of this video, I have made myself a new intro. Now, this intro is significantly a lot shorter, technically 7 seconds. But the video actually starts within the 5th second because of the extra transition at the very end. And the main reason why I decided to make that new intro is because, well, if I'm ever making more videos beyond 2021, which will most likely be in between, I'm still doing a little bit of Let's Play within like the rest of, at least the rest of January. But after that, they're really not going to be very much on, like, daily content-wise. So I really be guys looking forward to what I have whenever 2021 comes by. And obviously, another reason why I decided to make that is because I'm most of the time going to be going full-time on Twitch, which you guys can check it out on the link in the description. I stream there every single day. And, of course, I will stream when I'm off work and everything else. So, you guys are getting a lot of unique stuff on my other social medias. So, it's going to be all fun and dandy. Another thing, as I am uploading this video, it is November 28th. In other words, it is my 25th birthday. I'm a boomer now. It's gonna be all fun, Danny. I might as well be a Boomerman641 now. Should I rename it? I'm still debating on it. I'm thinking of renaming it because there were a few times where I tried to play Super Smash Bros. Online, only for my name to be censored because my first 4 letters of my name is apparently a racial slur. Mainly because of this movie that I'm posting on your screen right now. And to be frank, my name did not really come from that movie. My name came from a event in New Orleans called Mardi Gras. That's basically where most of my name origins usually came from. However, if most of my stuff is just going to be censored because of that name, and not many people are gonna notice it, that's gonna suck on my end. I don't know. I'm still thinking about what to do, so feel free to let me know. Should I change my Twitch name to Boomerman641, or should I just stay Mardiman641 and be less noticed? Let me know in the comments below, because it's gonna be one heck of a day. Today, for Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, we're starting things off by playing hard mode of the first levels of the 3 Hedgehogs. So we're playing Wave Ocean Sonic, but in hard mode. We are also playing Crisis City Silver on a hard mode, and we're also playing White Acropolis' Shadows part. And we're going through Sonic pretty swiftly and newsly, and we're basically what it is basically the level design has more enemies, has more obstacles, so there's a lot to watch out for, and, like, it's gonna be a lot harder. It's basically hard mode. You guys know what hard mode is. It's basically just throw more shit at us, and, you basically have a similar stage, but more harder gimmick. Now, I can't, unfortunately, show everything in this extra video. There's, like, a lot of unique stuff, like glitches, because glitches is, like, a common thing in this game, but most of the sources, I'll probably show clips, and then just have a full link in the description for you guys to go check them out, because, like, although some of the stuff that I have is recorded, I can't get everything. But, let's talk about these type of stuff while we're on our way to Anyways, once again, this scene is also scripted, but I always jump because, like, it's a high possibility I will not make it, but I do have a small window to jump, so that way I can completely avoid dying from that loop. And I performed a lot better from the first time I played with Ocean of Sonic. As such, I got myself an S rank, just like that. Now we're moving on to Silver's Crisis City, which is his first level. Obviously, we're just trying out the free hedgehogs, the free amigos, and everything else. Now, let's talk about, of course, like, what is planning for the rest of, well, starting at the beginning, near the ending of November, and also starting on the, full out on December. So, as I'm recording this, I have basically a Fortnite video upcoming either this week of November or the following week of November, because there's a lot of stuff going on. Because I also have Mario Maker. I have a Mario Maker video ready at this time, of course. And by the way, actually no, this is gonna be yeah. This will be uploaded like around like on the exact time on Saturday. So while I'm at it, I'm gonna announce this right now. So today I will be live streaming Jackbox Party Pack 7 to celebrate my birthday, my 25th birthday. So I want you guys to be there. Show your best support you can possibly get and get a lot of good games in. I like to have a lot of fun playing this new party pack. We have a lot of Quiplash, have a lot of funsies and everything else. And all of you guys will be enjoying a lot of the fun. We're going to try to get some like people in the voice chat we possibly can. Most likely all my moderators, we're going to try to get all of them in the voice chat. So that way we can have lots of fun. But anyways, let's talk more about hard mode. So, not only there's like normal mode, there's hard mode. There's also super hard mode, which is DLC for this game. And obviously, I'm not buying the DLC, because this game bullshitted me before. Why would I want to waste more money to get more bullshit? Explain to me that, Sega. Only a few people bought the DLC, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe people who, loved the game, even though the game doesn't deserve its reputation. Definitely bought the DLC. I know some call me Johnny definitely bought the DLC. That sick bastard. Now, I don't really have very much to say about. The Let's Play was already over, and we're basically just replaying the same level, just with a slight higher difficulty setting. But like I said, I have done, like, of course, Sonic Adventure 2 on hard mode before, because it's one of the last missions. And then, like, there's, like, a lot of other stuff. But that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the Let's Play thus far. In this video, we're also going to be doing town missions as well, like the town missions for pretty much the free hedgehogs in the hub world. At least, like, mostly the optional ones that I didn't do on the main playthrough because, well, they're not. I only did the mandatory ones. But we're gonna do a handful of optional side missions in this video, 10 to be exact. And how it's gonna work, of course, is I have 4 separate wheel decides. First 3 are for each of the 3 hedgehogs, and then the last one is all of them combined, but I only spin that one after I did the 3 hedgehogs. Now, as such, here's what's going to be happening. So, I'll be doing free missions of Sonic, free missions of Silver, free missions of Shadow, and then one final mission on the big wheel, as like a little bit of a surprise ending. So, there's going to be time frames in the description if you guys want to skip to a certain subject. Right now, we're just doing the hard mode levels of these missions. Also, just like, I want to apologize for where the frame rate of these videos are going. It occurred last episode during the finale, but it's also occurring to this episode as well. I don't know what is going on with my XSplit, but my XSplit is like, for some reason, very choppy on this recording, so I'm always having troubles trying to fix the desyncing. So most of the time it's like, I'm trying to like, during editing, I'm just speeding up a clip, I'm slowing down a clip, but I'm also making sure it's somewhat consistent. And I'm basically able to make it consistent via the checkpoints in each level. And obviously I edited out a lot of depths. So like, but for these like hard modes, I pretty much did them all in one run. But basically I wanted to show a really decent run out of each of these hard modes. So as such, if I did die at any point, I just reset the entire mission because I figured I just want to prove out my worth when trying to go through a much harder version of these levels. Not to mention, both Blaze and Sonic are awesome. Their mobility and their moveset is pretty well. Neck and neck between Sonic Rush. I wanted to play Sonic Rush, but like, I was never able to find a ROM about it. So, will I be able to play Sonic Rush? Ooh, that got hurt Blaze. Will I ever be able to be playing Sonic Rush on DS? Well, it literally depends if I can find a ROM, because I'm having a hard time trying to find one. And also, I can't even use my 3DS, because, like, I think my 3DS is dead. The Nintendo Switch is the newest console. Well, so is the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, which I don't have. Will I ever get them? If I have an infinite budget, maybe, but today is not the day. That being said, like, these two consoles are doing very well on, like, how well they handle their games, of course.
I'll go on ahead.
I'll also be talking about what the next Let's Play is, in this video. So, basically, this Let's Play is actually not gonna be a single-player Let's Play, but something like my Scott Pilgrim Let's Play, where it's a co-op Let's Play, and we have a lot of crazy shenanigans. Now, when I did Scott Pilgrim, I was at my friend's house. And I was most likely using my friend's software to basically get these episodes. And I wanted to do a Let's Play of Scott Pilgrim, but because of Xbox's, because, like, the game is, like, limited time, and, like, the game just got off the store a few, like, years ago, the game is pretty much nowhere to be found nowadays. Until pretty much, like, say, I think, like, late September or something like that, when it's officially announced that Scott Pilgrim is going to be on Nintendo Switch. But I'm going off topic. I was supposed to be talking about the fact that I'm doing another co-op Let's Play. And this Let's Play was something I wanted to do with Harley, my friend from, one of my best friends. And me and Harley did a ton of videos together. However, life is always getting in the way, and, with Harley, so we are unable to plan any more, like, Harley versus videos anymore. And he's getting married this month. I'm not sure if, as I'm recording this video, he's just got married. But, I just want to say, Harley, that congratulations. We will be supporting you along the way. But unfortunately, I'm not doing this co-op Let's Play with Harley for two reasons. One, he has a busy life going on, and two, because of the pandemic. So, if I'm going to be doing a co-op Let's Play nowadays, it would have to be online. Which leads us to pretty much the next subject. The next subject is we're playing a retro old-school game on the Super Nintendo. And you may be asking yourself, well, there's no way to play online with that, right? Right? Well, let's look at the Nintendo Switch's online service. So the online service is basically allows you to basically play games with, allows you to play a multiplayer online. So, like, normally that is supposed to be a local thing for the old school days. You can now do online. It's like Parsec, except not. And that's awesome. Although NES Online, I have struggled trying to get, like, games to run a decently well frame rate without getting too many disconnects. The Super Nintendo Online is pretty smooth. In further explanation, I decided to get one of my moderators to help me out with this Let's Play. And I also had to get someone who is familiar with the series as well. And we'll talk more about the series when we get towards the end of the video. But I did told one of my moderators to 100%ly watch this video. So yeah. Right now I'm just gonna keep it a secret. But this will basically be the final Let's Play that I will be doing on the channel, alongside MechWarrior 3. I'm still doing MechWarrior 3. As I am uploading this video, we pretty much finished up Operation 1, and now all that's left for me to do is do Operation 2. Alright, now I'm going a little bit off topic, but I just want to talk about future stuff. And let's talk about this for a second. So, Rouge's hard mode is basically, you know, Kingdom Valley's like level where you have to find free keys. Well, for hard mode, you're doing the key searching a lot. As Rouge, almost every level of Rouge is involving finding keys. So, at best, now you're gonna have to, like, explore the level to find these keys. And again, just like in Kingdom Valley, there's no radar, and at least the good news is, at least the keys are in the same position every time you find them. But still, finding these keys shouldn't be a chore. But they do encourage you to look around the level and explore. Other than that, I was able to find these free keys, no problem. This is actually, I was entering this level blind too, and I was lucky to find these free keys without even, like, suffering too much. All I know is that obviously these keys will be behind these, ice cones, but, I knew they would be hiding them, but other than that, yeah, not very much. Overall, this is basically hard mode of basically, the games, and, it can get harder because there is super hard mode because DLC is a thing. DLC. If you buy it, are you gonna buy it? Please don't waste your money. It's not worth it. Anyways, and a few more things we're gonna talk about in this episode is basically some of the content that, like, say, we're also gonna get the last upgrade for Sonic, because I was unable to get all of them from it. Well, I was able to only get one out of the last two, by the way. So I wasn't able to get all of them, but I was able to get one other one from the shop because I did some side missions with it that got me enough money to get me at least one. But unfortunately, the other stuff is actually just going to be taken from someone else's footage. Probably a good series of footages because, like, I am not recording any more of this game. I am done with this game. Sonic 2006 is garbage. And I'm sure you all agree. Speaking of garbage, this level is really painful, and for some reason, I feel like my buggy is reversed. I'm not sure why. It could just be me, and I'm just having a hard time trying to control the freaking buggy. But there were times where I'm just trying to get myself at a good angle to shoot, and then there's also times where I thought I let go to the button, but it turns out I'm still driving. Like, the buggy doesn't go down a complete halt, it just wants to keep moving. And then I lost the buggy, so now I have to find another buggy. And even then, like, even if I do find another buggy, I'm still struggling. You wanna know why? Because I have to shoot, like, 5 of these spotlights. One of them is unreachable, you have to shoot it from a distance. And I think the buggies do indeed respawn. But, like, I'm pretty much wasting time trying to get an S rank here. Because, like, I'm trying to get these targets. And, like, they're so far away, it's really hard for me to get to the targets. So right now I'm bringing up my buggy a second time. Trying to avoid these enemies, trying to shoot these robots. And when I get to the top, I got frustrated because, like, I was trying to stop, and I swear, my controls are just so messed up. And I tilted over, and look at my health right now. Right now, I can't afford to get hit, otherwise I have to get another buggy. But I already know I was gonna make it with the current amount of health I got, because another thing, these enemies respawn, so even then, you're gonna have to be dealing with the extra enemies anyway. So at this point, screw it, I'm getting myself another buggy. I don't know what this switch does. I don't know if that will get me to that other light on foot, but I don't care. This game is all over. Oh my god. You know, this was gonna be the Sonic Adventure free. This was gonna be Sonic Adventure free. There's a lot of familiar aspects about it. How the checkpoints look like, how each story mode was carried off, how, like, you control each individual character and have their own unique, like, gameplay styles. It's not like Sonic Heroes, not like Shadow the Hedgehog. Like, it's more like Adventure. How they took, like, a lot of familiar aspects from Adventure, such as, like, a last story segment featuring the 3 hedgehogs. Like, Sonic Adventure 1, we got 1 hedgehog. Sonic Adventure 2, we got 2 hedgehogs. Sonic Adventure 3, we got 3 hedgehogs. This game was gonna be celebrating the 15th anniversary. And boy, did that fail. But, yeah, that's basically it for the hard mode. Next up, what we're going to be showing off is the town missions. Now, I really hope you guys looking forward to this video. Make sure to slap a like on this video if you guys enjoy the type of content we bring out here. Make sure to hit that subscribe button with the bell notification turned on. We hit 32 S ranks, and, yeah. Alrighty, folks, so let's go ahead and move on to missions. We're going to do a total of 10 of them. Free as Sonic, free as Silver, free as Shadow, and then we're going to have, like, a full-on, full-out randomization on the free hedgehogs throughout what will be our final mission to end things off with. Starting things off with Sonic, we're going to spin, by the way, I wrote down, I took the time to mark down every single mission that is on here. I also took on the mandatory missions, which was, like, say, the ones that have the X marks on them. If I land on any of the X marks, that means I gotta re-roll, because I already done that mission. So, yeah. So, our first mission is... mission number 13. So, let's get right on to it. Alright, so 13 is basically located behind the corner where I had to do the mission where I had to guess the captain. Probably the same guy, you probably unlock it, like, later down the road. But this mission is about, once again, as most likely you guys know, it is, like, running for rings. But this one is called Mel's the Soliana Running Legend. Basically, you have to beat the Running Legend's world record. And he doesn't specify a world record in any way, shape, or form. But basically what it is, you basically have to go through rings, as always. Now, there's going to be a lot of missions where you got to go through rings. And it might take a little bit to get used to. And that's why these are optional missions. Sure, like, I think there's only, one mission that was mandatory. And it was, like, the very first mission where you have to go through rings. But I ran that. That's the extent of it. Most of the ring missions are completely optional, of course. But this one is basically, you basically have to utilize springs and utilize the entire map, jump over rooftops, and well, simple to the point, just go for rings. I'm also utilizing the red gem to slow down time, so that way even if I miss a group of rings, I'll at least still get an S rank regardless. So at least, like, if I'm utilizing the gem, it wouldn't be that difficult. But if I wasn't utilizing the gem, I think if you want to get the S rank, you're gonna have to perform this perfectly. Like, try not to miss a single ring, and you'll just get the S rank no problem. And also practice your movement too. As you see, I was fidgeting around with that ramp. I almost fell in the water there. The controls for Sonic is not very perfect, but it could be an improvement, of course. But once you got through all the rings, you basically have beaten the running legend, which I guess his record was 5 minutes, because that's as long as you had to beat the level. And that's mission 3. So yeah, we're gonna be doing, of course, 10 missions. We have 9 more to go. And that's another S rank on the books. Alright, moving on to the next mission, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, our second mission is Mission 8. Okay, so Mission 8 is something that you'll do after the silver fight and after you meet up with Knuckles. So this one is located near the shop in the city of Soliana, and this one is for Three Musketeers. This one is about utilizing Tails, Knuckles, and also Sonic to utilize their abilities to complete their missions. This is also one of the stacked missions, which means you're going to be dealing with more than 4 load times for this one. You start off with Tails, doing your typical, going for all the rings, yeah. Nothing changes here, doesn't it? And of course, you're doing it as Tails, regarding, like, you have to utilize his flying ability. The problem with, like, Tails' flying, when he goes into flying, he's always moving forward. He doesn't go straight up, unlike Sonic Adventure. So, like, I have pretty much not very much well control over the characters in mid-air. So I have to constantly circle around the ring when I'm in mid-air, because, like, it causes problems if I don't do it. So it may take you a lot of practice to get this down, of course. But it may take you a little bit. And also, again, if you run out of flight as Tails, you once again drop as a rock, and as such, trying to recover may take a little bit, as, like, you probably can't get all the rings in one flight. Sometimes, if you're unlucky, you can have to do it on 3 flights. But that's Tails' part of the mission. Now moving on to Knuckles' part of the mission, which is the strength test, or the strength challenge. And you know Knuckles when watching my Let's Play, dude. He should be the strongest thing, but he's not for some reason. He is so worthless on his punches, but for this mission, you punch a ton of styrofoam rocks, and you have to punch every single styrofoam rock. On my very first mission, I spent so much time trying to figure out how Knuckles' punches work. And as such, I never finished this mission on my first attempt. When I first got the game, of course. This is my second time trying out the mission, and I was able to do this alright. It's exceptionally okay. But you push the X button. You have to hold the X for a little bit and then release, because tapping it is not going to do very well. But all you gotta do is destroy all these rocks, and that's basically it for Knuckles, of course. And sometimes there's always, like, one rock that's just, like, blending in with the crumbled mess, so, like, it's really hard to, well, it's not really hard, but you can easily miss it if you aren't really paying attention. Moving on to Sonic's one, and this one is basically a simple get to the goal ring. But there's also, like, an optional type of thing where you have to find, like, Knuckles and Tails to, basically, there's a little bit of an optional thing where you can just find Knuckles and Tails to add some, like, point bonuses. I don't think I did that at all. But, you can try to find Tails and Knuckles, and I think that'll add some, like, bonus points as well. But the goal ring is basically where Vasiliana Forest is. Just go to where Vasiliana Forest is, just touch the goal ring, and that's basically the end of the mission. I didn't want to bother looking for Knuckles and Tails because, like, I just want to get this mission done over with. I don't really care what ranking I get, as long as I get a good one. And again, I'm utilizing Red Gem as Sonic, so at least I have a good amount of time bonus on the last part. And the combined score is for all three characters as well, so yeah, all that combined could get a good ranking as well. Because I don't think I found Knuckles and Tails, I didn't get an S rank. So, yeah, it is what it is. Alright, our third mission is... Oh, looks like we gotta reroll because we land on X. So, I gotta reroll. Oh, I gotta disable 13 and 8 because I already did that. 16! Okay, those are our 3 missions, so... let's get right on to Sonic's last mission. So, this mission is located in the forest. It is something that you can only do after you've beaten the game, actually. So, like, after you've beaten the game once, in post-game, this is where you're able to do this mission. It's in the Vasiliana Forest, and for this one, you basically have to protect this maid from robots, and you have to also have to guide her to basically the way to Vasiliana Forest. And, again, you can make this easier by utilizing the red gem. But, overall, most likely or not, what you're going to be doing is killing all of Eggman's mechs. And also making sure that Eggman's mechs don't drain, your escorter's health bar. Because he does have a health bar. If he runs out, she dies. So, yeah. But, it's good to, like, keep ahead of her to, basically find, a lot of the enemies. Just kill every single enemy that is in the area, and you'll be good. But, sometimes the enemies won't spawn unless, like, the maid is pretty much in that area. But, like, right now, I think she's pretty much fine for the time being, and she won't have to worry about enemies till she gets to the main field, and I'm utilizing the red gem for a little bit. So in the meantime, I'm going to go to basically where the finish line is, where more enemies will spawn. There's, like, enemies that will spawn in certain areas, and then there's scripted enemies that will show up only when, the maid gets to, a certain spot. So right now, I'm just going to go ahead and get the process in on going towards the end to take care of these enemies, because, like, it's good to get a good chunk of it out of the way while we possibly can. So once I, of course, take care of these enemies, I eventually do have to go back to the maid and take care of the scripted enemies that'll only pop in once she's in that proximity of the area. But luckily, again, if you kill, like, the enemy that is, like, the odd one from the rest of them, you can get a radical bonus for getting a multi-kill without even getting a lot all at once. But, again, utilizing the red gem is very helpful for mission side of things. It'll basically make everything a lot easier. So anyways, these are the last enemies that I have to clean up, and then now I gotta go back to the maid, and I have to keep an eye on her. Because now, like, enemies are gonna spawn at her position, and now I gotta take care of these enemies before they harm her. So, the simple premise of most of these missions is a few things. Kill every enemy. Collect things. Go through rings. do very specific instructions that the guy wants you to do. And there's a lot of very specific instructions that they want you to do. And I'm not doing all of them. I'm only doing a total of 10 out of many, and I mean many, optional missions. Again, like, most of the audio is slightly desynced. And, like, most of the video is slightly desynced. It took me a lot to, like, get preparation of the video to get this all set up. So you may be hearing, like, you'd be hearing Sonic hitting something, but you see nothing. He is not hitting anything. I could blame 100% on my XSplit on this. Because, like, my XSplit just likes to do stupid shit. And I honestly did not like that. It was a pain because, like, it was the last thing I wanted to record. I had to, of course, do this extra video, and then record a finale. By the way, fun fact, I actually recorded the extra video before I recorded the finale. And that's pretty much explains a little bit why, I was doing pretty okay, per se, in the finale, because I decided to practice a little bit, and I figured doing the extra content is actually a good idea, because, like, utilizing the extra content will get me some warm-ups ready for the upcoming battle that is up ahead, that is End of the World. And also, speaking of which, I did the side missions first. Also, you may notice what that sneeze is. That's my cat. I have a cat on my lap, but I'm pretending that she's just doing her own thing and everything else, so I apologize for that random sneeze you just heard. Anyways, we're finally getting near the end of this mission. For stuff like this, like, I'm most likely only letting go of the red gem if, like, there's really nothing else I can do, because, like, mostly her movement is pretty scripted. So, you're gonna have to, like, speed it up if you want to get things done. But, other than that, just kill every enemy, and, of course, you'll just win that mission. This is also the last mission you'll most likely will do. It's one of the optional ones, or one of the final ones you get after you beat the game, of course. But, yeah.
That was incredible!
34 S ranks, man. Now we're going to be moving on to Silver's missions, at least 3 of Silver's missions, so let's see how well this goes. Alright, moving on to Silver's 3 missions. Once again, if I land on X marks, I gotta re-roll, and whatever 3 missions I land on, I will have to do that mission. So, first mission for Silver is a re-roll, because we land on an X. Mission 15. Alright, let's do this. Oh, hello! It's one of my biggest fans. It's Sonic Man. Who are you? Who am I? Don't you know? I say Princess Elise of the Evergirls. I'm in trouble. I'm a supersonic hero. Betting being you with supersonic powers. This is Sonic Man. He's my biggest fan. And, basically what it is, you basically have to race him. Now, I'm doing this mission as Silver, obviously because, well, I'm down to that restriction. I wanted to do it as Sonic. It'd be more cool to do it as Sonic, but it is painful to watch to do it as Silver. Because, like, even Sonic Man, who claims to be the fastest thing alive, can't even keep up with the slowest Hedgehog alive. Embarrassing. Like, Silver moves at 2 miles per hour. I think Sonic Man moves at 1 mile per hour. And I was like, why would you... You're just gonna embarrass yourself, man. It's most likely not a race. I mean, definitely be more of a real challenge than racing the real Sonic, which you can do. But, other than that, it's just a race to the finish. Just follow the signs, and you good. For better yet, if I'm willing to race Silver, I will definitely race him with... I could definitely beat him in a foot race with even pants down my ankles. And I'll still win. Or better yet, maybe I'll race this guy with my pants against my ankles. And he'll even get third place because of how freaking embarrassing this is. Anyways, moving on to Silver's next mission, of course. Mission number 2 for Silver is land on number X, so we gotta re-roll once again. Mission 2. Let's go. Alright, so mission 2 is one of the missions they can actually do when you begin the game, actually. When you first begin before Soliana. But this is another, like, one of those Soliana Guard training courses, the training grounds. Test your skill on going through every single ring. And I'm surprised that the guards here are actually on board to help Silver, complete his training. To be, like, the chosen one that Silver claims to be, of course. But no, it's never excuse for, the player to go through rings. Because they love fucking rings. I feel like a lot of you guys got a lot of Superman 64 vibes. What do you think, guys? Should I stream Superman 64? Would you guys want to see me go through more torture? Because that game is a broken mess already. One of the worst Nintendo 64 games of all time, of course. As you can see, I missed this jump. So, like, trying to recover. Here's the thing, you have to, like, tap the A button. And I think you also need to grab every single, like, capsule, too. Otherwise, the next line won't show up. You're gonna need to grab a lot. I think you need to grab the capsules as well. Otherwise, it won't count as completing the mission. So yeah, they're a little bit picky. You can't just go for rings. You need to collect everything. So, yeah, that's pretty something, isn't it? Another go for the rings mission. Is this the last one? Yeah, it's the last one. Yeah, it is the last one, I believe. Yeah, I can 100% say that is the last one. So no more rings. We're done with rings. We don't have to go for rings anymore. Because, like, I stuttered a little bit on that rock area, I didn't get an S rank. Although, if I didn't stutter on that rock and I actually did that perfectly, I would definitely get an S rank. And our third mission for Silver is... Mission 10. Okay, so, let's finally finish our third mission for Silver. This mission is located in the city of town, pretty much, like, on the wall here, across from Radical Train's entrance. And, this one is another gauntlet type of mission where you have to kill every single enemy and protect civilians. So for this one, you're protecting them up against Iblis and Mephiles monsters. Most likely or not, you're going to be throwing a ton of boxes, you're going to be utilizing your telekinetic powers, and just taking care of a lot of the enemies here. And also, I think, like, it's one of the harder, complete every single, defeat every single enemy in the level of the entire game. I think it's the hardest one of the entire game, actually. Because, like, you would not believe my ranking when I did this mission. But we'll talk more about it later. Unfortunately, it's not the last one we have to show here. We have to protect Grandpa, we have to protect the girl. And I think there's another civilian we have to rescue, but he's on the other corner of the city. And these civilians will just, most likely or not, will just try to follow where you are. Because they know you would protect them, of course. Overall, just kill every single enemy in the area. The purple monsters are basically take more health than the fire ones. Utilizing the blue boxes will stun the enemies. It's like electrifying boxes. They'll basically stun the enemies. And utilizing the red fire boxes, you can deal a lot more damage than the metal crates. Like, metal crates are really good. Wooden crates are probably the weakest of all the projectiles. But I think it's a little bit more satisfying to just, like, pick up the enemy and use them as a projectile. Although utilizing these stun boxes is also pretty well. The last enemy is over here at the clock tower. Marty, we gotta go to the clock tower. And this is where the last rebellion is. Now, I think like the enemies will only spawn once you get there, so like this rebellion is not slowly taking any damage from far away. So that's the good thing about it. However, you still gotta make sure that they are protected, because I feel like their health can go down really slow, but don't worry. These rebellions can't die very, very fast. Like, realistically, if any of these enemies' projectiles touch them, I'm pretty sure they would die in just one hit, realistically. But clearly this game's not realistic enough. These are the last 4 worms you gotta take care of, and that'll be the end of this mission. So, take this guy out with the power shock, and that's basically it for this mission. Now, to be fairly honest, I did the best I possibly could to achieve this mission. But I don't even know how to improve it any farther. I feel like this was one of the hardest missions of the entire game to get an S rank on, because when I completed the mission, you would not believe what ranking I got out of it. It's the lowest ranking of the entire game, a D. That gotta suck. How did I perform this bad? I did my absolute best of this mission. Ugh. Alright, now time for Shadow's missions. I didn't realize this, but apparently I didn't do very many mandatory Shadow missions that I fought. Apparently I only did 2 mandatory Shadow missions. It was like the Archaeologist and also Protect the Desert. But that's literally it. Apparently, that's literally all I did. I didn't know that until pretty much now. Anyways, so we pretty much have a gigantic, like, clean amount of missions here, so we're definitely gonna be, who knows, maybe we'll get through this wheel without respinning. So let's go and get around to it. First mission for Shadow is mission 12. So, let's get right on to Shadow's mission. So, this mission is in Soliana, and basically, you talk to this gun soldier, and he's gonna ask you to protect Lord Regis Philbin's daughter. Lord Regis Philbin has a daughter? Oh boy. So I guess I'm now gonna be her babysitter, isn't I? Or rather bodyguard, because I'm actually a FBI agent. But also, Sabrina acts like a total bitch. And the way she keeps treating you may make you question how Lord Regis Philbin is raising her daughter. Because, like, she talks so much shit. But, like, why would I want to do this mission anyway? Because, like, this mission is so annoying. It's more likely or not about collecting things. For the first mission, you have to collect a key that is at the, basically, Sonic's starting point of his entire, game, which is the bottom right clock tower. So once you grab that key, you go ahead and give it to Sabrina, and, moving on to the next mission. By the way, most of Shadow's missions is gigantic, stacked missions. After this first collectible, which is a key, now you gotta find 5 products, or 5 gifts, 5 presents, how you want to say that. Anyways, but, 4 of them actually is pretty easy to find. They're not hiding in alleyways. They're most likely in the open. So, like, finding the 4... I will say, though, when I first tried this mission, it took me a while to find the gifts. Like I was looking at dark alleyways because I assumed they would be very cryptic. But it turns out they aren't very cryptic at all. They're just out in the open. At least the first 4 are. And, I did this mission twice, by the way, so I memorized where the 4 presents are. But I don't know where the 5th one is. So I'm looking for it while I'm collecting these 4 presents that I'm easily able to collect. And, it still took me a little bit to find the 5th present. Present number 3. Present number 4 ain't too far either. But, present number 5, it took me the most amount to find because, like, it was hidden very well. It's, like, hidden in some sort of alleyway. And, unfortunately, this will not be the last of the collectathon missions. But, it's definitely feeling like one of the most tedious ones, especially when you have to look for something. Anyway, so I look around in this dark alleyway, I can't find the last gift. This last gift is hidden pretty well. It is, like, it's, like, ridiculous. It's just, like, avoiding me for the longest time. I spent a good amount of time on this mission trying to find that last freaking gift. Turns out it's actually in this alleyway. It's very easy to miss. So, try not to miss this, otherwise you're just gonna have a bad time, I just know it. Anyways, once I collect all 5 gifts, I'm going back to Sabrina, finally end this, like, collectathon. And she still treats me shit. Like, why would I want to work with her? Took you long enough. Hey, I did everything I possibly could, but, like, your last gift was hidden, and you know it. I'm sending my gun robots to kill you. Okay, but in all seriousness, you do need to, take care of these gun robots. Thankfully, it's the easiest thing that you can do, which is, like, all you gotta do is just destroy the gun robots. Although, I will say, though, these gun robots are doing pretty well at pumping bullets on her. Make me feel like, yeah, you know what? After the way she treated me, I feel like she definitely deserved it. Definitely a lot of enemies. Although I feel like they can definitely shave her health bar down really quick. I think when I completed it, she was like half health. But you should be thankful. And you shouldn't be bargaining for everything. Like, they hired me for a reason to be an FBI agent, is to make sure everyone is safe. Like, Rouge basically helped me into the portfolio to sign up to be a gun agent. So again, you should be very grateful that I saved your life. Prick. Sorry to be hostile. But anyways, moving on to one of the worst of Shadows' missions. Our next mission is... Whoa. Wheels are getting a little bit laggy. So now I gotta mark 12 off the equation. Leads us to mission 2. This mission is gonna be educational. If you guys know Mario's Missing or Mario's Time Machine, you know you do not want to be in the mood for this type of thing. And a game that requires you to gotta go fast and do some fast speed platforming and everything else. But this is a Math Magician training. To start things off, he wants you to memorize a certain streak of numbers. You have to talk to the guy first, but I did this mission a ton of times to the point where I pretty much written it all down on the Twitch chat, because I was also live streaming. Me trying to do a lot of this extra stuff. And boy, oh boy, was this so tedious. If you guys saw the stream, which I might leave in the description, I'm not sure. Then again, if you watch it in a certain time, it'll be completely outdated. You could see how stupid these missions are. Not just this mission, but the next mission that I'm about to do. But for the first two questions, he's going to list out a series of numbers. You have to attack these boxes in that order. And once you attack these boxes in that order, you move on to the next question. When we get to question 3 and 4, now they're going to want you to do some, like, surfing math. Like, you gotta subtract the 8th number to the 6th number, or something like that. Then, for this one, they want you to, subtract the 5th number to the 4th number, or something like that. It's not the exact equation, but whatevs. Obviously, I have it all written down, except for probably the last question. I took a lot of time pausing to write down this last question. And it's good to pause. So, like, here, I didn't pause. I should be pausing, but I didn't. I'm slowly writing this down in the chat. Because, like, he's saying one number at a time. And now he says, like, now add the 2nd number to the 4th number together. And that would equal up to... 5. So... I go to 5, I whack it like that, and, well, that's it for the mission, I believe. Is that it for the mission? Oh, wait, no, there's one more. Alright, let's do this together. 8, 2, 4, 6, 1, 3, 9. Now subtract the 5th number to the 4th number. Now, basically the 5th number was something I wasn't really paying attention. But the answer to this one is 5. And yeah, we're basically done here. So now I'm a mathematician of math, even though it took me a billion freaking tries just to finally get this mission, because I'm not here to be educated. I'm here to rot my brain. I don't really care about math in a Sonic game. This is not Mario is Missing. This is not Mario's Time Machine. Come off it. Alright. And our third mission for Shadow is... Oh god, I think we landed on 12 twice. That means we have to re-roll. Yeah, we have to re-roll. Oh my god, I can't believe we have to re-roll. I really hope I don't land on 2. Watch this land on 2 and I'll be surprised. Okay, we didn't land on 2. We landed on mission 10. Alright, so let's go ahead and do these missions. Alright, mission 10 is located behind this building. It's hiding behind this little girl right here, Francis. This is another one of those, like, numbers test. I really don't like this. This is the agent test of intelligence. Basically, you have to figure out the number that belongs in a blank box. Look at the numbers for clues. And I was able to figure out the first one pretty easily, but for the next two questions, I spent a stupid amount of time. But for the first question, there's boxes 1 through 9. You have to figure out what is in the middle. The one in the middle is 5. Very simple. Now moving on to the next one, and this one is gonna be more interesting of an agent intelligence test. You look at the next number, but I spent a good amount of attempts at that point that I pretty much got the second one memorized to the point. But it's the third one that I spent the most time trying to look at and trying to figure out, I believe. So let's see, I paused the game to pause the timer, look at the equation, but nothing's ringing a bell. So at this point, fuck it, I'm just gonna guess 0. Because this mission is garbage, I don't understand it at all, and I eventually beat the mission. The first one, I was able to get it by by actually paying attention. The second one and the third one, I don't really care, because, like, I don't know the question. I can't figure it out. I'm not very good at mathematics, so feel free to take my degree away from me, because, to be fairly honest, I suck at this type of stuff. Last mission. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're on to our final mission. I'm finally gonna get this over with, so I'm very excited. So, let's spin the wheel. This is filled with pretty much all 3 of the hedgehogs, all of the missions, every single one. And, obviously the X marks are also in here, so if you land on the X marks, that means you gotta reroll. But we only need to do one last mission. And our last mission is... a reroll. Good thing we're rerolling, because that at least makes it more randomization. Another reroll. Let's keep rerolling. There we go. Sonic's mission number 7 is what we are doing for our final mission. Will we end on a successful note, or will we end on a pretty boring note? Let's jump in that mission and find out. So, this last mission, which is going to be the special one, is regarding this little agent, Sadaru. He has 3 top secret disc. Are you Charmy in disguise? Anyway, so basically what you gotta do is you gotta basically, once again, destroy all of Eggman's mechs, as well as collect things. So it's a combination of collecting things and, defeating all the enemies. But once you complete a full stack of enemies, you'll be able to collect 1 out of 3 top secret disc. Vector would be so proud. Or Charmy would be so proud, actually. Because this is sort of like Charmy's thing, but... just referencing Shadow the Hedgehog and all. Right here's the first top secret disc. Once you collect that, now you gotta kill more enemies. Premise is pretty much the same thing. Just kill every enemy. And, of course, just, like... and whenever you see the top secret disc, collect it. And, once that's done, you will no longer have to worry about pretty much everything else. Anyway, so take care of that set of enemies. Got our second disc. Pretty easy. Self-explanatory. It's just, like, once again, just kill every enemy. And then just collect the item. Easy S rank, and once again, as always, I am utilizing the red gem to make my S rank more of an ease. It's also gonna be the last S rank that I am getting on the Let's Play. So, throughout this entire Let's Play, I got myself a good number of S ranks. So, I was able to do pretty well on this Let's Play, especially during the extra stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy this type of stuff, because now we're pretty much done with all the town missions that I'm going to be showing off. And there's still more, but if you want to look at all of them, I recommend looking up a guide about all of it, or just play the game yourself. Anyways, before we end things off, we have a few extra stuff I want to show off. So, during the process of doing all these town missions, I was able to get enough money to afford 1 more gem, but 1 out of 2 gems. And I could technically get the yellow gem, but I decided to get the more expensive gem because of how broken it is. But I'll definitely show you what the yellow gem does in just a moment. But we're grabbing the purple gem here. And again, the bar on the bottom right doesn't do anything for Sonic, so you can abuse these things as much as you want. But the purple gem it makes you tiny, and you can jump as many times as you want. So basically, if you know how to utilize it properly, this is like the space jump from Super Metroid. So you can utilize this for a lot of potential sequence breaking material, and boy oh boy is it really, and I mean really, broken. Alright, so now we're going to be showing off the last gem, which is the yellow gem. And what it is basically a electric shield. If If you guys, it started back in, of course, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and it did start showing up a little bit more in the 3D game, starting with Sonic Adventure. But this shield doesn't protect you from damage, it only absorbs rings. That's its only purpose, is that it absorbs rings. And speaking of shields, there really ain't any shields in this game. And while I'm at, let's talk about the multiplayer modes. There is tag, and then there's battle. Tag, basically, you have to work together as a team in order to finish the stage. There's switches that you gotta... There's a set of switches that you both have to press in order to open a door. So, you definitely gotta work together in this mode if you want to beat it, of course. I'd be interested in playing it. It's pretty fun. Battle mode. Basically what it is if you play Sonic Adventure 2's battle mode, you pretty much know what this mode is, only without special attacks. Now, here's the problem with, like, the multiplayer modes in general. Your best at probably just gonna be playing as Sonic and Shadow, because they're both the fast characters, as Silver is the slowest character, and if you play as him, you will lose. So there's really no point. While we're at it, let's talk about the DLC. So there's 3 pieces of DLC that's in this game. There is the Boss Rush, there is the Super Hard mode for Sonic, Silver, and Shadow, all separately by the way. And then there's also this extra mode called Team Attack Amigo, where you basically play as 3 out of 6 of Sonic, Shadow, and Silver's side characters that you play in the main story. Which will be Tails, Blaze, and Omega. And you go through a series of stages to basically build yourself a good enough score, and also go through a heavy gauntlet of enemies. And out of any of the DLC, this is probably the best DLC to get if you're willing to get DLC for this game, because like it's like new original content. It's not a difficult version of something you already did. It's not something that you can easily do without even paying for the DLC. It's literally something of an original concept, and I guess you can utilize this as saying it's your only instance on buying DLC for this game, but I also highly suggest that you please do not waste your money on this game. It ain't worth it. This game is trash, and you're just gonna... You don't want it to eat your money, of course. But overall, it goes from a good series of courses, and it ends with a boss fight with the Egg Genesis, where you have to, of course, like, utilize Omega to shoot his, like, pea shooter at the bottom. And he probably has the easiest time against this boss, in my own personal opinion, of course. So, if you're looking for an interesting idea on new modes, I definitely recommend this mode. So, yeah. Next, I'm going to be showing off is a comparison from, well, actually, no. I'm going to be showing off an unused animation that you can actually utilize using glitches, but Knuckles' victory animation. It was never shown at all, and the only way you're able to do this is by using a sequence break in Flame Core. But yeah, anyway, so now we're going to show off comparisons of what the game should have been in 2005 and 2003, because like earlier, we've been showing off how the homing attack has been buffed in the early 2006, where it's a lot more spammier. Then there's also the rail grinding motion blur effect, where you rail grind a lot quicker. So, I wish they kept these. And then there's also a day and night cycle. It's like Ocarina of Time, so in terms of Kingdom Valley, it's good to see this being implemented. Another thing is that Kingdom Valley also has is clear skies. Well, not completely clear skies, but it looks a lot better than the current build where it's all cloudy up there. And then, of course, the last comparison is the Mach Speed section. As you know, when Sonic here is jumping from jump to jump, he's not in a T-pose all the way. He's always doing some sort of spinning in between these jumps. And the water effect and the particle effects are also a lot better too. Now, time to show off not all the glitches, but some highlights. At least only a few highlights. Going to the moon is the #1 thing. And there's a few ways you can do it, but this is one of them. You grab one of these metal crates and you just slide kick, and the box just goes straight up, and you go up to the void of space. So yeah, that is like one way, but the other way is a lot more hilarious, and it's in the silver boss fight. It's possible to glitch yourself out of the boss fight, and basically, the boss fight is also loaded in a gigantic overworld, so you can walk around it. The bridges are also invisible, but you can still walk on them. And you can fool around in this area too. And as you homing attack him, and he launches you into the skies, all the way up, 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 until you go to Mars. Like, they actually programmed space. It's like they knew you were going to do this. So, gosh darn it, Sega. Why? Why include realistic stuff in this game? It literally mind boggles me. Man, you're such a confusing company, I'll tell you that much. But, anyway, so that, ladies and gentlemen, is Sonic Adventure 3, or Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. I really hope you guys enjoyed this Let's Play. Coming up on my last Let's Play, it's time to officially announce it. I am going to be doing a co-op Let's Play of Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Kong Quest. I really hope you guys are looking forward to that. To end things off, we're going to be showing off the main theme song, or Sonic's theme, of this game, and is His World, created by the band Zebrahead, actually. They made 3 versions of it. There's, the one I'm showing you is the original, but they also made a much more faster paced version that sounds more like the much better source material. And then there's also a version by Crush 40, one of my favorite bands. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this Let's Play. Finally, it's over. I'm so excited. And that being said, I'll see you guys in the next and final Let's Play. Good night, guys. Mardiman641, signing out.
He's a rocket and he's ready to go, cause now the countdown has started and he's ready to blow. He's got the dope sounds bumping and his stereo. And that's fast, putting on a show. Don't wanna get yourself together, there's no time to rest. And if you put the time in, he'll put you to the test. He's like a running man, in his world war is less. And if you wanna test him, best bring your best. Don't make me spell it out, bring your best. In this world, where life is strong. In this world, life's an open book. In this world, where compromise does not exist. In his world of rules, every step meets the rest. In this world, where one is all. In this world, never fear the fall. In this world, where compromise does not exist. His world of wounds, every step meets the rest. Running it back again, well, what'd you expect? Coming out to win 10 out of 10. Got a real rough pass. Minds up, his memory and straps on his shoes, cause he's the best there ever was. Haven't you heard the news? Intergalactic continental champ, running things. Hyperactive, instrumental in pulling strings. He is the one who understands when the tides will swing. So he's breaking down doors, never far away. Come on and psych yourself up, cause it's time to play. Bounce to the beats and the rhymes, cause they're here to stay. The one and only marathon man, living the day. Rolling up, coming fast, and they'll blow you away. Because the pressures of this world, they can take their toll. And it's tough to get away when they take a hold. The only way is all in this world. Life is just a game you play. Never fear the fall in this world. Where compromise does not exist. His world of wounds, every step meets the risk. Go, cause now the countdown has started and it's ready to blow. Intergalactic continental champ running things, hyperactive instrumental and pulling strings.